Okay, it looks like we're live. Hi, I'm Glenn, and this round I'm going to be cooking whatever was in the fridge, and it's going to be more like a stir fry using some vegetables that I have, as well as this cauliflower ricer. So I wanted to just kind of demo that. First thing I'm going to show you though is the stuff I'm using. I got some peas, I got some carrots, ginger, some chopped garlic, some broccoli, and then already riced these cauliflower, a head of cauliflower, using a cauliflower ricer. For seasonings, I'm going to use kosher salt, garlic salt, like it's salty, and then some Lowry's seasoned pepper, along with some Kikkoman soy sauce and some fish sauce that I have back over in that corner over there. All right, so bear with me. Okay, all right, so let's see how this turns out. First thing I want to show you is some of the knives that I was using. I used this Dexter knife. It's one that I like using for filleting fish and whatnot, but it works really well on vegetables. And then I use this one, this Wusthof knife, stainless steel, for cutting up the cauliflower into chunks, because one of the key things about the cauliflower is you got to cut them in florets to get this ricer to work properly. And let me show you the ricer. Okay, it's wet right now. I cleaned it up. It's from Lukey. All right, it comes in 3 pieces right here. Okay, 3 pieces. There's the, let's see, this is the bottom. Okay, this is the middle. It'll fit like so. Let's see, or correction, this is the bottom, the one with the shaft here. Okay, and it'll fit like so. Okay, and then I was telling you, you can't just put a bunch of this cauliflower in there. You got to cut them up in these little florets. Okay, and it comes out coarse, but I think it's much better than the okay, better than the stuff that you get at the store, like microwaves that you microwave. It's kind of soggy, the cauliflower rice. This one is just fresh cauliflower from a head of cauliflower. I used my Wusthof knife to cut off the florets, and then I chopped it some more. And what you do is you kind of grab a few of these. You can overstuff them at times, but I tend to kind of play it by ear, like so. And then you put it in here, and then you just kind of slowly do a turning motion, left and right, and then you can even do a full turn, okay, like so. And once it gets down to here, it's pretty much ready to go. And what I noticed was, what's helpful is to kind of hold it. You got to hold this top part together along with, or the middle part along with the bottom, and then you kind of knock it down like so, kind of look in there, twist it a little, okay, and then it'll come out coarse. There'll be some chunks in there that you need to grab, and you can redo it, put it right back in there. I did this, took me about maybe 10 minutes or so. I like this much better than the way I was doing it previously. Before, I was using what are those graters, like for mozzarella cheese and all that, and it came out pretty good. But when I got right down to the small piece, I was bumping my fingers up against there. This is much easier. It's manual, okay, but you can see the batch that I made out of one deal of cauliflower head. This will last me, for yours truly, it'll last me about a week or so. Anyhow, I cut the florets again, okay, and you just kind of put it together here and just slowly grind it together, and you'll feel it hook onto the middle shaft, and then you just kind of twist it around like that. All right, and then you, again, it's easier just to hold the bottom and the middle together, so you can kind of bump it like so, and that's it right there. It is a little messy, okay, but hey, in short order, I'll just throw it over here in the sink, right here in my sink, yeah, right over here in the sink, and just wash it off real quick, okay. And in short order, I got myself some ready to go cauliflower rice. one thing you do need to be careful of is make sure you wash the middle right here. If it gets stuck in there and you put it away, it's going to get a little, well, you don't want any old cauliflower deals stuck in the middle of here because it comes out all mushy later on. Talking from experience here. All right. Anyhow, you can see it's a quick cleanup. Got it all washed off, ready to go. I'm one of those ones that kind of like keeping things clean as I cook. All right. And what I'm doing tonight is I'm home alone, bachelor right now, or my significant other, my wife, is out of town, so I figured, hey, might as well take over the kitchen and see what I can do cooking wise, because George truly's got to cook dinner tonight, and I figured, hey, I stay away from rice now. I go with cauliflower rice. I have been buying them in the bags from the grocery store where you microwave it for whatever minutes and whatnot. But I noticed they do come out kind of soggy. So this is what I'm going to do to make the cauliflower rice. But before we go there, let me prep the other vegetable thing that I want to put together. All right, so let's move back here. Okay, so I got one of these Wusthof knives, and they're awesome, but they're stainless steel. So what ends up happening is I have a tough time sharpening stainless steel. And then I picked up one of these old Dexter 1378 knives that the old deckhands used to use when I'd go on the party boats back on the West Coast, where you go there, catch a few bonita, mackerel, some tuna, and these guys would be using this knife right here and just slicing away at them. It's very sharp. It will stain. It's non-stainless. It's carbon steel. You can see there's some staining on there, but it's sharp. And just to show you, what I'm cooking today is going to use these little baby carrots, and all I did was kind of did one of these quick thin slice, just boom, 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 boom. Not one of these expert sushi chefs or anything. Just get it close enough. It'll work, It's all good. It's all going to the same place anyways. But see, a quick order. Nice and circular little carrot deals. Well, the peas are the peas, so don't have to mess with that. But I am going to be cutting up some ginger, as well as I did cut up some garlic here. So I kind of mushed them, and then I used the Dexter knife there to get it all chopped up. For the garlic, or correction, the ginger, I sliced off the outer skin and whatnot, and then I did just a thin cut like so. Okay, and then I would just kind of turn it the other way and cut it like so. And now I'm ready to just kind of play around with it and use this for whatever I'm cooking tonight, which is, let's see, I'm going to do the cauliflower rice. I'm going to use some garlic and let's see, yeah, some garlic with it and some of this seasoning here. Again, salt, garlic salt, seasoned pepper, and then some soy sauce and some fish sauce over there. And then for the broccoli, I think I'm gonna mix it up with some ginger and some of the carrots maybe, or the peas. I don't know. It's basically just kind of winging it. I find that using these same seasonings over and over, just different amounts to taste, kind of work really well. So let me get this cleaned up because I am a neat freak. So let's go ahead and just kind of wash this off right here. And oh, by the way, I just replaced this this sink head. All right. Yeah, I had a leak on my old sink, the old faucet, and just had to run to the local hardware store. I got it fixed, so now it's working really nice. Got a little spray thing and everything. So I'm all happy and everything that I can go ahead and do some cooking here. So at this point, I'm thinking, let's go ahead and do the vegetable piece, okay? So let's keep it simple. I'm gonna grab some ginger, the broccoli. Let's see, we'll do some carrots with it, and bring it back over here. Okay. And so I pretty much just keep two pots and pans. I have this Cauliflower wok, and then I have a cast iron skillet. Everything else I don't use. This other stuff, my wife uses it. I just leave it alone. That's all I need. Yeah, you can boil, you can fry, you can cook, you can do all kinds of stuff. So right here is this old beat up Cauliflower. Had it for a while. Okay, it's flat, so I can put it on the cook stove here. Okay. Now I'll just put it on 7 for now. Throw on some olive oil. Okay. And let's see, what are we cooking first? I think we're going with the broccoli. Okay. I need a vegetable for tonight, so let me go ahead and move us over here. Get us situated so you can see what I'm getting ready to do. Okay. So I've got this on the dilly, and let's see, lesson learned from the past years was you always start with garlic. So I'm gonna throw some garlic deals in there. Okay. Yeah, let's garlic, whatever. And then we'll let that heat up, and while that's happening, I'm sorry, I can't do it. I have to clean while I'm cooking. I'm one of those OCD neat freaks, I feel that when I'm cooking, when I'm done eating, I definitely want to be washing dishes and cleaning up everything. Instead, I want everything kind of just straightened out and everything. So let me clear up the mess here. But oh, by the way, you could take a little sippy sip of something. Some of that aged grape juice, Okay. And again, I showed you earlier the cauliflower rice. Look at that. Okay. It comes out coarse. However, there will be some bigger chunks in there that you got to kind of mix it up, and you can regrind it. What I find is just leave it alone. It's fine. It comes out great. I like that it's not soggy when I'm done cooking it. So that's pretty awesome there. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn up the heat a little bit here. Okay. That's the garlic. Okay. Let me get my utensil here. Okay. All right. So home alone, no significant other, and yours truly cooking whatever is in the fridge. And let's see, I've got the kosher salt, I've got the garlic salt, and I've got the seasoned pepper. I've got some soy sauce and some fish sauce standing by. And right now I'm just kind of roasting the garlic, okay? And kind of want to roast it, start getting a little brownness to it. Okay. And then I'll be adding, let's see, some ginger. Well, I'll add the ginger. Let me think. Let's add the carrots first, because carrots kind of get hard, and well, I cut them thin with that knife that I was using. So let's see. Let's mix it up a little bit. That's the thing about cooking is cooking with reckless abandon. Doesn't matter if it tastes good or bad. Bottom line, you cooked it, and eventually you're gonna figure out if it tastes good or bad. While this is still roasting, I did start doing this. Let me show you real quick. Okay, look at this. I've been making these little mini burgers where I added some seasoning and whatnot, and what I noticed was when you cook them in the wok with a little olive oil, you cook it and then you smash it flat, and next thing you know, you let it cook on one side, flip it over, cook it again till it's done. And bottom line, I think I'm gonna start making my burgers that way. All right. Of course, I don't eat burgers with a bun. I eat it with this cauliflower rice or this no carb, low carb flour tortilla. That's like a little small one. All I have are these big ones right now. I get them at the local grocery store, but check them out. Those are great. I've been having to adjust my diet and staying low carb, so that's the reason why I got that cauliflower ricer. Okay, And again, if you just join, let me grab the cauliflower ricer. I got it over here being washed right now. Okay, 3 pieces. There's a top, a bottom, and a middle section. And that's what I use. It's the LickQ Veggie Ricer Cauliflower. I've used it several times now, and I've been extremely happy with it. I quit buying the microwave cauliflower rice because I don't think you need it. You can get more out of a head of cauliflower. Okay, so it's starting to roast. Okay, so I see some brownness in the garlic. So I'm going to add some carrots to it now because the carrots are harder than the broccoli. So I kind of want to let that one kind of soften a little bit. So look at that. Oh yeah. Oh yes. And then to slow things down and I don't burn the garlic, you want to add a little fish sauce. Okay, so this is this fish sauce that I picked up. Just a couple of swish, swish, swish. And for those who don't know about fish sauce, it's pretty smelly. But I'll tell you what, it can make or break your dish. Okay? But by doing this, what ends up happening is it stops the garlic from getting too burnt and roasted. Okay? Alright, so I added the carrots. Now I'm going to add the broccoli. Okay? So let's just throw that right in there. I'll let it do its thing. Put that in the sink. I'm going to add a little ginger. Okay? Little ginger, so it's basically ginger, cauliflower, and carrots is going to be my vegetable tonight. The cauliflower rice will be what I'll be having as a rice, and then I'll have the little smash burger things that I made out of some ground beef and some basically the same seasoning I'm talking about here. Salt, garlic salt, and seasoned pepper. In fact, I'm gonna go grab it. Alright, I got it. Alright, so I usually wait on the salt because if you get too much salt, you can't go back. Once you put too much, you can't go back. There's not really much you can do, but I find that you can never have enough garlic. So we'll just kind of sprinkle right on there and see what happens. Okay? And so far I'm feeling it. I'm feeling some really, oh yes, real goodness here. And we'll just kind of do like so. Okay? In fact, I'm going to use this carrots also for the cauliflower rice. So let's go in. I don't need that much, so I'm just going to go ahead and add some more of that. And there we go. And we'll just keep moving it here. And like I was saying, I use this Cauliflower wok for most of my cooking. And then I also use a cast iron skillet. And that's usually because I'm going to be cooking outside over some coals and whatnot, and I want to cook some steaks and do some cool things with some meats, and that iron skillet just kind of really makes things happen. Okay. All right, let's add a little seasoned pepper. Okay. Oh, wow, this one hasn't even been opened yet. Let me grab one that's been opened, because I don't want the significant other to notice that I opened one before using what was already open. So there we go. Oh yes, seasoned pepper. Oh nice. It's got that pepperiness to it. Okay, and what I'm using, Lowry's seasoned pepper. Good stuff. Okay, so that is the broccoli mix This could be the vegetables that we're having tonight. Okay. And I pretty much just, some folks like having their broccoli where it's really crispy. Others want it really soggy. I kind of like a little mix where it's a little bit it's a little bit crispy, but a little bit soggy. It's not completely raw or anything. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and add some more ginger. Just throw it all in there because I'm not gonna use the ginger for the cauliflower rice. All right, throw that in the sink. Okay. And what I notice is I'll tend to use olive oil, and once I see that things are kind of drying up a little, I'll just grab some more olive oil and just kind of drop it in there. There we go. And then, yeah, heat's about 7 right now at a 10. Okay. Okay. Look at that. Woo. Okay. And I noticed you don't want to use too much, like the fish sauce or the soy sauce. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and put some soy sauce in. It's a Kikkoman soy sauce. It's what I grew up with. And I'll just kind of do a little, drop, 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 and then stop. You don't really need much, okay? Doesn't take much, goes a long way. And, yeah, get some good stuff. Oh, yeah, this is good. All righty. So it's a broccoli, carrot, ginger, vegetable mix, sort of a, stir fry. And, let's see. I don't really know what to tell you other than, yeah, that's all it is. I just threw a bunch of stuff in a wok and kind of tried it out. Here, let's go and grab one. Oh, that's good. That's very good. Holy cow. It's too bad my wife's not here. She could try this. I think she'd like it. Wow, that is good. I never made this recipe before. Well, I got on video so I can remember what I did from the video, you know. I better turn this off because I don't want it to go too far. Well, let's grab... let's go put it in a bowl. And I was telling you, I only have basically this wok and a cast iron skillet for my pots and pans. My wife has a lot more. Got a lot more. But she does a lot more cooking compared to what I do. I tend to just do like what I'm showing you here. Throw it in the microwave to just stay warm. Okay. And to show you what I mean, okay, so that's, I got a wok. She has these things. There's a whole bunch of stuff. What's it say? La Crusette, some French thing. I just use that Cauliflower wok there, and it does what I need. I mean, I don't need all this. I just need one pot, or in this case, wok. Except I do like the iron skillet because, well, I've used it out in the field when I'm out and about, and you just can't go wrong with a wok. Okay, let me go wash this off real quick. All right, so like I was telling you, I like making sure things are clean as I'm cooking. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw this down here. Get this stuff out of the way. Right here, let that stuff dry. And I'll just do a quick rinse, okay? I won't actually clean it. I'll just get the residue out of there, okay? The outside, kind of wash off stuff, because it's a wok, you know? It's good to go. All right, and then, all right, I'm gonna put this aside. Right there. Okay. All right, I just put it over here, just so it'll set aside, because I told you I can't do it. I can't just leave stuff in the sink. It just doesn't feel right. So we just do a quick rinse, because if you wash and do your stuff on the fly, And bottom line, when you're done cooking and all you do is eat, you only have basically your plate to go and you're good to go. Because no matter how great a meal something is, if you have to wash a dish, that meal isn't as good as one where you didn't have to touch a single washing whatever deal. Because like yours truly, I had this thing about washing dishes because I used to work at a excuse me. I used to work at a restaurant and I washed dishes, and yeah, I got really good. I was a Hobart engineer, one of those guys doing the dishwasher deal, you know. Got really good at it, but bottom line, I got to clean on the fly or it just doesn't feel right. Okay, let's just get that situated again. Okay, bear with me. I'm going to wipe down stuff. I'm one of these guys that I use a lot of paper towels. Yeah, I use a lot of paper towels. I don't know why. All right, let's just do a quick clean. Okay. Oh, look at that. All right, so what's next? Okay, so far I have used salt, garlic salt, this seasoned pepper, okay, and let's see, and came out with this really tasty dish. Oh, it's good. I'm gonna have another piece while I'm here. Okay, it's not soggy, it's still crispy. Oh yeah. This is gonna be a good meal tonight. On. So let's do the cauliflower rice, okay? I make a big batch. I basically take a whole head of cauliflower. You gotta get those green leaf things off. And if you want the stem piece, make sure you cut them in small pieces so that it'll grind in that Ledoux cauliflower ricer. The main thing is you want to make sure you have the florets in there and you get them all squashed in there, and you get yourself a nice cauliflower rice deal here. Okay, I mean, it's good, and what's nice is it is not soggy. It comes out just like a rice. I mean, I think it feels more ricey like, you know. I don't even know if that's a real name or word. But let's start out with some olive oil. I don't know how much olive oil, but it's covering the bottom of the wok, okay? Because we don't need no stinking measuring stuff. I mean, just gotta wing it, you know? Because, well, maybe I should measure. I don't feel like measuring. Anyways, let me get some more of that aged grape juice. I'm back. All right, so we'll put it on 7 again. We're going to dump the whole deal of garlic cloves. There were 8 garlic cloves. I used some of it on the broccoli and carrot deal stir fry. Now I'm going to use the rest of it on the cauliflower rice. Okay, and normally I just do the cauliflower rice and add a little seasoning stuff to it, and I don't add any other vegetables, but I'm going to add these carrots and I'm going to add these peas. The carrots are, well, been in the fridge, and I want to make sure they get eaten, so when everyone's away and I'm home alone, one of the things I do is I go in the fridge and just see what needs to be cooked, because I don't want to throw it away. So I'm going to put these peas in there. I'm going to put these, but we'll do that later. Okay? We'll get started with getting these roasted. Okay? So we'll let that sit in the olive oil. Let me go ahead and take this again. And let me go take us back over here. Okay. So again, I'm going to go and wash this real quick. And while we're letting the garlic do its thing, I'm going to go back to the cauliflower ricer right here. Okay. And again, explain for those that just joined how this thing works. Right? It's a little wet, so I'm gonna dry it off because I do like paper towels. Okay. Paper towels. I'm gonna dry it off real quick. Okay. Okay. All right, I think that's dry enough. Okay, so comes in 3 pieces, and I like it so much I quit buying the frozen cauliflower rice stuff that you get at the store. And this is the bottom. Okay, has a little handle deal here where you can grab. This is the middle section. It goes over this. The bottom has a shaft. Okay, and you can hold it like so, and then you put the florets in here. Make sure they're cut small. Okay, they don't have to be. You can't put the whole cauliflower head in there, but you need to cut them into floret sizes. Okay, yay big. Put them right in there, and then all you do is it'll start out kind of out like this. You just kind of twist it, and then as you get down, keep twisting. You can even twist all the way, and then what I recommend is grabbing the middle section with your thumb and then popping out and then kind of knocking the cauliflower down, and next thing you know, you end up with some nice cauliflower rice. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this aside for now. Okay, and let's go back to, oh, bear with me. Let's go back to this baby here. Okay, cauliflower rice, or the garlic is now kind of roasted a little bit. We're going to add the carrots. Okay, and throw that back there. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of that fish sauce again. Okay, just a little. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And one more for good measure. One more for another good measure. There we go. I don't know how much that is, but I just kind of just shook, and good to go. Let's go ahead and add the peas. Okay. Throw that back in the sink. And now let's mix things up. And here, the only other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the cauliflower rice. I'm not going to put soy sauce in this. Unless I was making a brown fried rice style cauliflower rice, I won't add the soy sauce. Instead, I just want the cauliflower and adding in the salt, seasoned pepper, and garlic salt to taste. And I may kind of slide away from the salt a little bit because I've got enough salt in this baby. Okay. Okay, as soon as I see that it's soaking up nicely, okay, right there. Alright, comes the fun part. We're going to go ahead and throw the whole thing in there. Okay, this is 1 full head of cauliflower rice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up because I'm going to need it. I'm just going to sit in there for now. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to need that because I'm going to use that to store all the cooked cauliflower rice. And then after that, I'll cook up those sliders, or smash sliders, I guess is what they call them. And I'm going to have dinner tonight. I'm going to have some kimchi with it, though. It's this homemade kimchi that I made. I find that I know exactly what went into my kimchi because I made it myself. And yeah, versus if I bought the store-bought one, I have no idea what was put in there. Versus if I do it myself, everything is pretty much fresh ingredients, good to go, and yeah, happy. All right, good stuff. And yeah, I'm OCD about making sure that the kitchen area stays clean when I'm cooking because, bottom line, I hate to wash dishes after I've cooked something. Okay, because basically I want to eat and be done, have a little more of that aged grape juice, and I'll be good to go. Speaking of aged grape juice, so at this point, I'm just going to keep flipping it over, getting some of that olive oil deal in there. Okay, and just keep flipping it over. I may add a little bit more olive oil. I may add a little bit of seasoning and all that. The seasoning being the garlic, salt, right here. Yeah, there we go. And then I'll add some seasoned pepper. Oh wait, this is the one that is not been opened. You grab the one that's been opened. Alright, and just kind of put it on there. You know, just wing it, you know? That's the thing about cooking is it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to taste good. Okay, and we'll just add a little bit of olive oil to the mix just to allow us to kind of make sure it's frying. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's getting messy though. Woo! Gonna have to clean this stove top. Okay. And I'm basically just starting from bottom and flipping it over to the top and just doing like so. The good thing about this is it is definitely not soggy. It is more like a rice feel to it. I think it could pass for a rice. And I mainly had to stop eating rice and cut down on my carbs for health reasons. And been shifting over to doing this cauliflower thing. And I've been pretty impressed with this thing, this cauliflower ricer. I do like it. I like how I make it myself versus getting the one that you throw in the microwave for 3 to 4 to 6 minutes and then it comes out. Comes out good except that sogginess. It's very soggy at times. Okay? Alright, so what I'm looking for is, let's add some more salt. What I'm looking for is the rice to get sort of a brownish, soggy color to it, even though it's not soggy. I can see that the olive oil has been in the mix, and it's basically frying it, sort of like a fried rice. I mean, I would basically cook it the same way as you're cooking fried rice. Okay. Probably put some like other meats in there too if you want. Yeah, like a true fried rice. Okay. And then while I'm doing this, might as well taste it. Okay. It's got the right saltiness. At this point, it just needs to cook longer. It's still got a crunchiness to it, which I do like, but I do want it to get a little bit more ricey like, you know? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's smelling good. Sure wish you guys can be here and smell this thing. And like I was saying earlier, the vegetable deal that I made earlier, that really turned out good. Right there. I'm gonna have another piece right here. Oh yeah. That's good. I'm on another one. Oh yeah. Oh man. Alright. So at this point, I don't think I'm going to add more salt or anything to it. Or garlic salt to it. Okay. It looks pretty rice-like, doesn't it? The main thing I'm doing now is just kind of making sure it evenly cooks. And that I get the crunchiness out of it and get more of a softer feel to it. To be more rice-like. But bottom line, I'd eat this right now. Especially if I had some of that kimchi and a little smash burgers that I'm going to be making. Smash burgers. I won't do it for this video. I figured you guys just want to really see what this vegetable deal I'm making and how it turned out. Okay. All right. Oh, it smells good. Okay. And what I'm looking for is there's some sections of the cauliflower rice where I can tell it has not been fried a little. So we'll just kind of keep mixing it like so. Let it sit a little, cover. Let's knock out some of that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, this is looking good. Okay, I don't have it to where I can see any questions or comments coming in. I don't think the app does that. I do see some folks on, and if you, well, if you do have any questions, I think you can still reach out to me through our Amazon storefront. But for now, hey, all I have is a Cauliflower wok. I'm cooking dinner with it. I'm gonna end up doing some fried sliders with it, smash burgers, smash sliders. Made my little stir fry deal with it, and really, I kept it simple. Garlic salt, some kosher salt to add a little more saltiness, and then some seasoned pepper, and then the fish sauce, as well as when I did the stir fry mix for the vegetables, I used some soy sauce, just a little bit though. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. If you put too much, it tends to overpower the vegetable, and now you really don't. It's not as good as if you just kind of just kept it to a minimum. You know, just give it a hint of soy sauciness. All right, I think that's it. All right, let me again show you what we got here. Cauliflower rice, the stir-fried vegetable mix right here. Okay. Oh, look at that. That is tasty. And then I'm going to be making these sliders, smash sliders later. But that is what I got for this round, and I hope you liked it. Okay, so let's go back over here. Okay, get some more of that aged grape juice. All right, I hope this was helpful. Do give it a try. I really like this. Oh, sorry, very loud. I do like this cauliflower ricer right there. That has been a game changer for yours truly, since I had to cut down on carbs. And for my utensils, this Dexter stainless, non-stainless? No, it's stainless. It'll stain. Is a sharp knife that I used to do all my cutting and or slicing of the vegetables. And so far, I've been pretty satisfied with the gear that I've gotten to all these little cook things, because I do some fishing stuff, and I do some kitchen cook fishing videos, and hey, stay tuned. You may see some more of those here in the near future, especially since things may be warming up to where I can head out in the local lake and do some fishing and catching and cooking. All right, all for now. Next time, catch y'all again. Good luck, good fishing.